Cleveland's own Fox 8 News.
Good evening, everyone, and Merry Christmas. This month's winter weather already guaranteed us a white Christmas here in Northeast Ohio, but as we take a live look outside for you tonight, some folks got even more snow today. Angelica Campos joining us live from the Weather Center with more on this tonight. Hello, Angelica.
Hey, Mark. Yes, again, the snow to continue. This has actually been a pretty nice day, but again, we're going to be looking at some changes, and I think most everyone should be pretty happy about it.
All right, we'll take it for now. Thanks very much, Angelica. See you again in a little bit. Fire rips through a family home, destroying everything they own, but an anonymous donor is making sure the kids have a reason to smile this Christmas. Fox 8's Elisa Amigo joining us live with more. Elisa? All right, Elisa, thanks very much. We appreciate it. Anyone who waited for the last minute to leave Northeast Ohio may still be waiting tonight. Christmas Day is typically a quiet day at the airport, but it was even quieter today because some flights never took off. The bad weather is now keeping some planes grounded for a few hours or even until tomorrow in some cases. If you're supposed to fly, double check the flight status with your airline.
I was anxious to get back, but I guess I get a couple more hours with my brother here in Cleveland, so that we'll have a good time.
An airport spokesperson says on Christmas there are half the usual number of flights in and out of Hopkins. Folks in parts of the Midwest and Southeast are having a white Christmas today, but that is not good news for holiday travelers as a major winter storm heads east. Fox's Rick Folbaum has the story. Well, if you're traveling by car this holiday, check this out. We've been telling you gas prices are going up, and here is more proof of that. We found gas at $3.15 a gallon. This is at the Sunoco station on Cedar Road in Cleveland Heights. For the first time in more than 2 years, the Ohio average is over $3 a gallon. The rise in price being blamed on increasing demand for fuel overseas. Here in Cleveland, hundreds of Catholics gathered at St. John's Cathedral downtown to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Bishop Richard Lennon presided over the special Christmas morning mass. During his sermon, he encouraged believers to examine the classic Christmas carol Silent Night. The bishop says most people know the words, but many don't take the time to truly understand their importance. He says Silent Night is about celebrating Christ's birth and recognizing all that he sacrificed for us. From his vacation home in his native Hawaii, President Barack Obama delivered Christmas greetings to all Americans. The message has special meaning for the men and women serving overseas this holiday. The President and First Lady are also encouraging all Americans to visit serve.gov to find ideas on how you can help our servicemen, women, and their families, both during the Christmas season and, of course, all throughout the year. Halfway around the world, U.S. troops stationed in Baghdad celebrated Christmas Mass at Camp Liberty and at many other bases throughout Iraq. Many are hopeful this will be their final Christmas away from their families. And we here at Fox 8 are also remembering our men and women serving overseas this holiday season. Our military men and women are sending messages to their loved ones here in Northeast Ohio. You can see more than 50 of those greetings on our website. Just go to fox8.com. For the 39th year, Cleveland Church serves up Christmas dinner. St. Augustine's on West 14th Street provided meals for the less fortunate this afternoon. For almost 4 decades, volunteers have made sure holiday dinner is provided for anyone who wants one. This year, they served an estimated 10,000 meals to people in need.
Each one of these people, to me,
Sister Karita does a lot of good there. The church provides meals every day throughout the year, but the need is greater from Thanksgiving through Christmas. It was a dry Christmas morning for some on the east side after a water line break. Cleveland's water department was called back to the scene of a break today here at East 105th and Arthur Avenue. The line first ruptured on Friday, but the work wasn't finished last night. Crews spent part of the day today repairing the line and redirecting water to that neighborhood. It's a familiar chorus this time of year. Do you see what I see? Well, that's the question one woman is asking. What she claims to see in this X-ray is giving her the courage to fight a deadly disease. It's an icy reception one family was thrilled to get, the cool greeting from a soldier stationed overseas. No lost luggage on this flight. Passengers not only got their bags, they walked away from the flight with a little something extra. And Christmas joy goes up in flames. A huge house burns so bright the smoke can be seen in a pair of countries. President Obama is condemning a terrorist attack in Pakistan that killed at least 45 people. In a statement, the president calls the killing of innocent civilians, quote, outrageous and an affront to the people of Pakistan. Authorities say a female suicide bomber lobbed hand grenades, then detonated an explosive belt at an aid center. Police believe it's the first time Islamic militants have sent a woman to carry out a suicide attack in that country. Meanwhile, in India, a rocket carrying a communications satellite exploded just after liftoff. The vehicle developed an error of some sort 47 seconds after liftoff and then lost command. That led to a higher angle in the flight, putting more stress on the rocket and causing it to break apart, as you see there. India started its space program in 1994 and has carried out several successful launches. This, however, is the second failure this year. The country plans its first manned space flight in 2016. No word on what sparked this massive blaze in Ontario Friday afternoon. Look at the flames from the fire. Emergency officials struggled to extinguish the blaze because they ran out of water. The smoke was so thick it could be seen in Buffalo, New York. The mansion is a total loss, as an attached garage housing a vintage car collection was also burned up. Total damage estimates top $1 million. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Iowa residents are bundling up to take a trip we are very familiar with here in Northeast Ohio. Folks are getting up very early, throwing their coats on over their pajamas and their bathrobes, you name it, donning their boots. It's, of course, all to get their cars out of the street before snow plows come barreling through. A heavy snowfall led to parking bans in the Des Moines area. Violators who didn't park in their driveways got slapped with $50 fines. Not when it's snowing. Some residents have their cars parked together so tightly in the driveways a snowflake could barely fit between them. Others have resorted to putting vehicles in their front yards. Better safe than sorry. But around here, so far so good. A pretty nice Christmas. We want to check in with Angelica Campos. She is live with more. Hi, Angelica.
Hey, Mark. Yeah.
10 inches back in 2002.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll take this for sure. Thanks, Angelica. Well, of course, when the weather gets bad and schools close, remember, we are your official school closing station. We'll have closings for you first and fast at the bottom of the screen, and a complete list is always found on fox8.com. College football teams aren't the only ones who work hard to get to a New Year's Day bowl game. A local high school band also put in an awful lot of practice to represent the Buckeye State in a pretty big way. As Fox 8's Suzanne Stratford explains, it's fiesta time for the Norton High School Marching Band. Well, unfortunately, the parade won't be nationally televised. The Fiesta Bowl features Connecticut against Oklahoma on New Year's Day from Glendale, Arizona. Well, some good news tonight. It appears to be a very green Christmas for the nation's stores. As you get ready for another round of bargain shopping, retailers are grinning from ear to ear. She lost her home to foreclosure and wondered where she would go next. Now one woman is back where she belongs thanks to an incredible gesture of kindness. And they're key players in the Christmas story, following a star to Jesus' manger. But who were the three wise men? We have new clues coming up next. Keeping you informed when you're on the go, Fox 8 News on your cell phone for free. Go to fox8.com to get instant updates on news, weather, sports, traffic, and much more right on your cell phone. Welcome back, everybody. Some of you are probably resting up right now, getting ready for tomorrow's big trip to the mall. And it looks like the holiday shopping season was a pretty jolly one for the nation's retailers. The National Retail Federation says customers dropped more than $450 billion on Christmas presents this year. That's up more than 3% from 2009 and the largest increase since 2006. A strong post-Christmas buying spree could make this shopping season the biggest of all time. The story of the three wise men is, of course, widely known. They're a key part of the Christmas story. But what really happened that night? Historians now think they have a better understanding of the ancient story. Fox's Lauren Green has more. A year ago, Christmas Day travel nearly turned into a tragedy because of a bomber. Now another holiday plot is broken up before any damage can be done. The very latest on a new round of terror arrests. They stood around waiting for their bags, but what came off one airport carousel was something completely different. We'll reveal one airline's big surprise. It's one of Ohio's most beautiful Christmas displays. We'll take you behind the scenes of this real-life winter wonderland. Stay with us. Terror arrests. A dozen men are taken into custody while preparing for an attack. Christmas message, Pope Benedict delivering his annual blessing to a crowd numbering in the thousands. And home sweet home, An incredible display of Christmas spirit ensures one woman will keep a roof over her head.
Cleveland's own Fox 8 News.
1 year ago today, authorities arrested a man who tried to blow up an airplane headed for Detroit. Now more terrorists are under arrest. This time, they were taken into custody overseas. Fox's David Lee Miller has the latest.
Fox News.
Pope Benedict delivered his traditional Christmas message today at St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. Tens of thousands of people were there, many holding umbrellas to protect themselves from a light drizzle outside. In the address, the pontiff called for peace in Afghanistan and the Middle East. He also expressed support for Catholics in China who live under limited religious freedom. The Pope also wished for security in places overcome by conflict like Somalia, Darfur, and the Koreas. He also prayed for the survivors of the earthquake in Haiti. The Pope delivered today's speech in 64 languages, from English to Latin and several others. A record number of pilgrims have gathered in Bethlehem on Christmas Day. Most gathered around the Church of the Nativity, which is built on the site where tradition holds Jesus was born. The Israeli military put the number of worshipers this year at more than 100,000, the largest celebration the town has seen in a decade. Warmer weather, a virtual halt in Israeli-Palestinian violence, and a local economic revival are all said to be factors in that. And Britain's Queen Elizabeth stressing the importance of sportsmanship in her Christmas address. The Queen credits athletes with helping to teach valuable social skills to British citizens. She also says sports bring people from all walks of life together, as shown by Princes William and Harry as they played soccer with orphans in Africa. The Queen has been delivering a Christmas message since 1952 and continues to write that speech herself. Back here at home, a freighter bound from Cleveland to Detroit is now stuck in the Detroit River. Efforts to free the ship have been suspended because not enough tugboat captains were available on Christmas Day. The freighter is said to be in good shape, and there's no threat to the crew right now. It got stuck in the mud early this morning, about 500 yards from its final destination. By the way, the ship is carrying a very Christmassy cargo, a huge load of coal. Hopefully Santa didn't need it. Police are puzzled by the overnight disappearance of an ATM from inside the Summit Mall here in Fairlawn. Security noticed the theft while doing their early morning rounds at about 5:30 in the morning back on the 20th. The doors of the mall had been locked at midnight. Security was still on the premises. There is no sign of any forced entry there at the mall. Voters handed him a narrow defeat back in November, but outgoing Ohio Governor Ted Strickland says he's pretty proud of his time in office. Fox reporter Emily Reamer talked with the governor about his 4 years in Columbus. Mega Millions ticket holders hoping for a Christmas miracle will have to try again. Friday night's drawing failed to produce a jackpot winner. That means the prize will now swell close to $200 million. The largest Mega Millions jackpot ever was $390 million, which was split by two winners back in 2007. The highest single winner took home $315 million in 2005. The next drawing will be held coming up on Tuesday. If you plan on traveling through the Buckeye State this holiday season, you most definitely want to stop in Clifton, about 30 miles west of Columbus. For over 20 years, Clifton Mill has celebrated the season in a very special way. Fox 8 photojournalist Ali Gunbari stopped by this winter wonderland to bring us the legendary lights of Clifton Mill. A lot of work putting something like that together. Looks great, though. To find out more about the Clifton Mill lights in Clifton, Ohio, including when the display is open, and you still have time to go check it out, head to fox8.com and look right there under Seen on TV. One patient already knew what doctors would find when they looked at her x-ray, but what she sees has nothing to do with her health. The image that's giving her the strength to carry on. From Afghanistan with love, a Marine gives his family the cold shoulder just in time for Christmas. And it's everything you love about Fox 8 right there in the palm of your hand. When you're on the go, take Fox 8 with you. Check out our app, available for your iPhone and Droid. We'll be back. And what a great Christmas surprise for some airline passengers. Not only did their bags make it to their final destination, so did some unexpected luggage. When passengers checked the baggage carousel, they discovered boxes filled with personalized gifts. The presents ranged from hats to candy to teddy bears for the kids. Now, before you get your hopes up about that flight home, the airline that did this was based in Spain. Here you can take your debit card and pay an extra $20 for that pillow.
I know, right?
No problems traveling, though, at least here in Northeast Ohio. However, there could be some impact with weather in other parts of the country.
And we have seen this storm just take over the Friday. Most everyone will be happily in the 40s.
It almost had a hint of orange, like the sun's coming out later this week or something.
Yes.
It was just glowing, your forecast.
We're just going to turn it around. A happy end to the year.
All right, thanks very much, Angelica. Well, of course, remember, keep in mind, when winter does hit, we are your official school closing station. We'll have closings for you first and fast right at the bottom of the screen, and a complete list anytime on fox8.com. Cleveland may be the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but Dallas is the site of another music museum. Take a look. This is a shrine dedicated to the 8-track. Its creator says the device deserves to be much more than a punchline. Bucks Burnett claims the 8-track's creation was a step into the future and one of the footprints that got us to the MP3. The museum will be the home of an odd collection of music history.
It was the cell phone of its day.
Bucks eventually plans to bring more multimedia displays into his museum. He's even open to bringing today's music mediums like iPods into the mix. The museum opened today, and it will cost you $10 if you're in the area. He's thousands of miles away from his family this holiday season, but one serviceman is giving his family an 800-pound reminder of how much he cares. And after a pair of disappointing losses to some of the NFL's worst teams, can the Browns bounce back against one of the best? All right, well, a New York Marine couldn't make it home for the holidays, so he sent the next best thing in his place. Take a look at this. Family members woke up to see a 7-foot-tall ice sculpture of First Lieutenant Neil Buchan right in the front yard. The sculpture was even holding a red rose. The 27-year-old has been stationed in Afghanistan for 9 months and has only been home on leave once. The sculptor was so moved by the lieutenant's story, he carved and delivered his 800-pound creation free of charge. The Browns are hoping to rebound tomorrow at home against the Baltimore Ravens. Last week was an ugly one for the Brown and Gold after Colt McCoy led the team down the field for a touchdown. On their first possession, things just fell apart then. The result, a 19-17 loss to the Bengals. That means the Browns have lost 2 straight games to teams with just 2 wins. Despite that, offensive coordinator Brian Daboll says the team's young quarterback looks like the real deal. One of the NBA's most anticipated matchups didn't turn out to be a battle at all, really. And LeBron James and the Miami Heat visited Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers. This one was all Miami. LeBron had a triple-double, 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists, while Chris Bosh chipped in 24. And the Heat, well, they rout out the Lakers, 96-80. Looking pretty good for tomorrow?
Yeah, we're looking good. Just windy and cold.
All right, we'll take it this time of year. Thank you for joining us tonight. We certainly want to say Merry Christmas to you and your family. See you back here tomorrow night. Bill Shield will be in for Fox 8 News at 6. Take care, everybody.